they use many places in the whole surrounding. So here now, right and left side, main university, and at the end, I know it's difficult to have a look out to the front, but to the front you see the Arch of the Victory. It was originally built in honor of the Bavarian army, heavily destroyed in the upper section in the Second World War, and reconstructed like that after the war. They showed the wounds of the war and they added the inscription, dedicated to the victory, destroyed in the war. Let it be a warning to keep the peace always. The Arch of the Victory, end of Ludwigstraße and beginning of Leopoldstraße. And here you see the difference again, huh? Green things. So Ludwig Street until today is something very special. Now talking about the Second World War, in the Second World War about 60% of Munich had been destroyed, so more than half. So a little bit further down on the right hand side, hidden behind the trees, we are going to pass a huge white statue, Our Walking Men, by an American artist, Jonathan Borowski, and it's an eye-catcher and marks the entrance to the Munich Re Insurance Company. So we have in Munich many insurance companies, banks, and the Munich Re is the largest insurance company, reinsurance company in the world. They have a lot of money, they buy a lot of art, which is exhibited in their building. We cannot enter there, but for us all to see is only the Walking Men, and I already see one leg of it. Look to the right side. He is walking and walking and walking. An eye catcher to the Munich Re Insurance Company.
Công ty bảo hiểm á.
Oh, not Johnny Walker?
No.
Keep walking, keep walking.
But he keeps walking. So, here we are in the main section of Schwabing, a very young section of the town. We have just in this area many coffee shops, ice cream shops. They all put their chairs out on the sidewalk. They stay open late in the night. And then you can sit there, watch people, talk about them. That's our favorite sport.
Soccer.
And the street here will lead us to a square called Munich Freedom, and it's called so in order to remind the resistance against the Nazis. And it's actually due to this resistance that the last orders of Hitler were not carried out. Because when Hitler noticed that he had lost the war, he gave orders to destroy all remaining bridges in Munich, all remaining factories, and that these crazy orders were not carried out is due to the resistance called Munich Freedom. And to remind them, the square ahead of us is called Münchner Freiheit, Munich Freedom. Many of this resistance group were caught just a couple of days before the end of the war and shot by the Nazis a couple of hours before the end of the war. Now today Münchner Freiheit is a main junction of our public transportation, buses, streetcar and underground. Look to the left side, coming up behind the next tree, a very nicely renovated house. This is the architecture that was in fashion around 1900, and especially this facade has been nicely restored. And we have here in Munich, or in Bavaria, especially in Munich, very strict laws to preserve old buildings, to preserve old monuments, to restore old facades. So you could never change the facades as you want, you have to keep it as it always has been.
Giống như con nói nó rất là khó. Nếu mà nhà của mình phải không? Mình không có thể đập rồi làm cái mới. Phải giữ cái cũ. Làm sao giữ cái cũ? Nên nó quý nhau
I was astonished to see the site, so I was looking for the desires.
So that's your house, right?
Unfortunately, that's not my house. But look to the left side now. Very nice facade, especially with the sun on it. It's called, the architecture is called Jugendstil, U-style, Art Nouveau. Now, so this whole section is called Schwabing. What is Schwabing? Schwabing used to be a little village outside Munich, and in the second half of the 19th century it became a quarter of the town.